Ja, soos gebruiklik is sy in die ateljee op donderdag Business Lunch with Lindie Malan. Lindie, goeiemiddag en welkom.
Goeiemiddag Christy, en ja, so bly om hier te wees, en ek en jy lag nou oor hoe vinnig gaan die weke. As ek sien, dan is dit weer donderdag.
Voel soos gister, maar nou met die volgende halfuur gaan net so vinnig.
Net so.
Okay. But you've got a guest today, Claire Stier. Maybe introduce her to us.
Yeah, so listeners, I'm speaking to Claire Stier today. She's the owner-founder of Gift Experience South Africa. I've known Claire, I don't know how long, 10, 12 years, I think, a long time ago. And Claire, you're one of those business owners that just inspires me, because we'll get to some of the transformation and changes you had to make over the years. But Gift Experience, as a business, just give us some idea of what you do, and then of course I want to know where it all started.
Okay, great. Thanks, Lindie. It's great to be here. So, Gift Experience, it's actually an experience gifting company. It says what it does on the package, basically. So what we do is we are specialists in everything to do with activities and experiences. So we help South Africans make better gifting choices. Number one. Two, we like to just see a little bit of joy and a little bit of excitement and help people make great memories. So that is what we do, in a sense. The type of experiences you can expect to find are everything from spa days, wellness, coaching even I've got on the site, as well as driving fast cars on racetracks, flying lessons, hot air balloon rides, and a host of other things in between. So national company, been in operation since 2009. In fact, we're celebrating our 14th birthday this year.
I saw that. So years ago, Claire, you started with a law degree at Marty's, right? And then ventured into hospitality and events, and then found yourself starting this business, or somewhere along there. Where did the idea come from?
So when I graduated from Stellenbosch, I decided to take those old-fashioned working holidays over in the UK, which is what a lot of South Africans did. I went north to Scotland instead of going to London to make my fortune. Timing was horrendous because it was the start of the 2008 recession. There wasn't work to be had, so it was take whatever you can find. And I landed up taking on a job that was literally 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, just covering customer service for an online gifting company.
Oh my goodness.
And it turned out to be what was in those days ActionCOACH. While I was there, we bought out the competition, rebranded as Gift Experience Scotland. And that was effectively the beginning of the journey in 2008. And I left the UK in mid-2009, came back having decided to go into business with what was my then boss, became a business partner. And that was the beginning of the journey.
And can you imagine, I'm actually sitting, Christy, getting goosebumps, because it's like serendipity, right? You were meant to be at that moment looking around for a job, find this job, 2 hours, and that's where it birthed. But what made you excited about the possibility of bringing that to South Africa?
I think, first of all, I got exposed to what experiences do to people. I had my first experiences flying a plane in Scotland, and just the absolute delight and these sort of monumental memory making effects of an experience they absolutely triggered me. But I grew up traveling South Africa, and I just kept on saying to Sandy, it's Alexander, Scottish Sandy, I just kept on saying, we need this in South Africa. There are so many opportunities. There's so many cool things to do in South Africa. We have to do that here. And he said, well, let's do it. And so it was a no-brainer. I couldn't stay in the UK. We couldn't, upgrade to the full working visa and everything. So the next best was to come back home with a business.
Oh wow! Okay. So I mean, if you, I wonder if you can remember back, but that very first couple of weeks. So you come back from overseas, excited, bursting with excitement and energy, and just, seeing all this wonderful promise. what happens then? Because, I mean, I'm sure there's listeners thinking, oh, that sounds fantastic. Let me also just start my business.
So, well, after the initial sort of, here are all the big ideas. And I think where the benefit for me is that there was a working model that we knew worked. So that's a tremendous sort of knees up. It's a great way to start. But I think reality sets in when you've got to go and tell South Africans, especially bank managers, about this concept that I'm selling something that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
There's nothing tangible. We don't have a store. We don't need working capital and everything, but please can I open a bank account for a business and accept payments online? I mean, this is 2009 we're talking about. It was foreign.
It was foreign.
It was foreign.
Yeah,
nowadays, it's the norm. I mean, you've got all sorts of drop shipping companies and everything like that. It is so much easier now. But back then, I literally was able to set up the institutions behind managing an e-commerce business in South Africa. We're literally done on the handshake with a bank manager, a real bank manager
that believes in you.
That literally said, he gave me 4 hours to put a business plan on his desk. He said, I could see you've got law degrees from Stellenbosch. You're obviously a smart chickie, You get this to me by close of business today. I'll sign off on your merchant account.
Okay. But, the word there, Christy, is having a business plan. And I think I'll come back with the importance of believing in what you want to do, because you first got to believe yourself and then you've got to convince someone else. But we'll be back just now.
Business Lunch with Lindie. We'll be back straight after this. Lindie, jy het nog 'n klomp vrae, lots of questions.
Yeah, we during the break, Claire, we said you literally cut a long story short, and it's about that one person, the bank manager, that had to believe in what you were selling. But take us back. Can you remember what was the first voucher you sold?
Absolutely. So, certain things will always stick in your mind. And in fact, the first voucher I sold was actually 16 vouchers. And it was entirely for the people. I was working in the events industry at the time at a wine estate to help fund me. Setting up a business is no joke. You've got to have some capital behind you.
Yes.
And I needed to live, so I was working part-time. And it was actually to send all the staff on a year-end function.
Oh my goodness.
So, we started in July, but the first voucher only got off the ground on the 1st of December, and that was 16 speedboat rides.
16 speedboat rides. But there you go. You start in June, July, only start selling some vouchers in December, a couple of months later. So that talks about, having resilience. One gets tested in your belief around what you're trying to achieve, right?
That's correct, yes.
The vouchers that you sell, it's gifting experiences across the board. I know your business well. You've coached with me for a long time. So what have you seen to be the most popular experiences that people like buying?
In all honesty, it actually goes through trends and a lot of seasonality. But there is one that sticks out round the clock, year round, every single year without fail. That is a flying lesson. That is where you actually get to experience being a pilot and flying a small plane. It is dual controlled for those that are worried. But it was, funny enough, the very first experience I ever did for myself. And I think that personal experience carries through in the copy that I wrote for these. And they are without fail our most popular sellers everywhere. That we have them around the country, and we sell a lot every single month.
And you said it just now, around the country. So you guys also offer experiences right throughout South Africa, right? In
that is
almost
correct.
All the provinces?
We've got an experience in every province.
Oh, wow.
And in the major provinces, we've got sometimes 200, 300 experiences.
And I also know, Claire, you guys offer what you call an open voucher. So it's like I want to spend $400 on my hubby, and I just buy him a voucher, and he can go and scroll and decide what he wants to do, right?
That's correct. And actually, that is probably our fastest growing offering at the moment. It's actually been taken up by businesses. So
Brilliant. So businesses gift their employees and staff. Brilliant idea. No more running around trying to find something for everyone. They just go on your website, they buy an open voucher, and people get to spend that on making amazing memories.
Exactly.
Okay. So, of course, there's e-commerce is on, it's the way to do business for many people these days. And it sounds easy, right? You open a website, stuck a couple of things onto the website, and off you go, or not?
Not.
I didn't think so.
All the work actually happens behind the scenes when it comes to e-commerce. So funny enough, that was actually the way it was sold to me back in the day in Scotland when I started. Make money while you sleep, which in theory it does happen. In practice it happens too. But what you don't get told is all the hard work in terms of copywriting, making sure that you've got great content out there, great images out there. People are only buying with their eyes. They've got nobody telling them what is good. Then, of course, you've got to, put in a lot of effort and know everything about digital marketing, from paid advertising. Organic growth is great to get, but it takes a long while to materialize, so you end up paying for a lot of your sales from the get-go. So you need to have quite a sizable marketing budget behind you. Then there's the constant work, because you've got product changes, you've got supplier crises. Businesses close down all the time. COVID was a big leveler in that regard as well. And you are actually constantly working. So I will say that probably 80% of my job is admin.
Yeah, and there we go. So the greatest myth, Christy, about e-commerce is you don't make money while you sleep. When you're awake, okay, you do sleep, and there's a possibility of selling stuff while you sleep. But it's the hard work that goes into creating the backbone, the vehicle that drives the e-commerce offering. And I think, and also it's technology driven, right?
Absolutely. And technology is a saver. So if anybody's contemplating an e-commerce business, have as much of it automated as possible, because then your chances of making money while you sleep just go up exponentially. As soon as you've got something where it requires a lot of manual input, that's going to take up even more of your time, require more staff, etc. as well. So we are largely technology driven.
Automated.
Everything's automated. The voucher delivery is automated.
Okay, yeah, and so when I come back, of course, I'd like to ask you, what are some of the lessons that you've learned just being a business owner? But yeah, aren't you excited, Christy? I mean, this is such an amazing business model. No more running around trying to gift someone. You just go online.
I am excited, but I'm not an admin guy, so I will not venture into this business. Don't give me admin. Don't give me any admin at all. I can't do it.
I can guarantee you, Christy, how easy it is to buy a voucher through the experience.
No. That I'll do. But I mean, to own a business like this.
So no aspirations from your side.
No. But thanks anyway, Claire. We'll be back straight after this. We're busy with our business lunch with Lindie Malan. She's talking to Claire Stier, Gift Experience, the owner, founder. It's an e-commerce store. Lindie, you've got last session of 7 minutes of questions and answers.
Yeah, so
Q&As.
Claire, you've mentioned that you've, of course, Gift Experience South Africa offers gifting opportunities for anyone out there that wants to gift your loved one with whatever. But you've also seen a recent move for business and business owners taking up the offerings that you offer. Do you want to just expand on that? So what's the opportunity out there for business owners?
Okay, so I think COVID was actually a very big leveler. And what we found is that businesses are looking for more enticing ways to keep their staff morale up. And there's also been a huge move again towards doing experiences just in the general public. And so the two tie in very, very well together. And we've recently partnered with a lot more companies that are seeing us as a great solution for both staff rewards, for their recognition programs and in sales incentives, as well as for product launches and PR campaigns. So how it works is they are predominantly going for our open vouchers, which allows the user to choose anything they like.
So for instance, I want to buy something, but as an add-on sell, it sort of say thank you.
Absolutely. It's a thank you gift predominantly, or a value add that is built into the product price.
Oh, lovely.
Which is a very, very clever idea. And what it is, you don't necessarily know enough about the person to give them a personalized experience. Like they might be scared of heights, so a flight is out, but they would like to choose something. And especially we see the uptake being predominantly towards our breakaways and our spa days and our wellness types of things.
That's
but
brilliant.
For the business themselves, it works in beautifully because they can buy in bulk. They can have a budget. We can work to any budget,
of course,
and then it's very easy to distribute as well. So we help them on the distribution, the solution, and we fit into their budget. So it ticks any box for a business owner.
That's fun. It's just an amazing.
It's so easy.
It's so easy,
yeah.
And I think it's one of the keys around marketing and sales is make it easy for them to buy.
Exactly.
So the experience is flawless. It's effortless. Just amazing.
And they can track it and everything, and it's all online.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm just getting excited. Claire, so of course, as seasoned business owner yourself, 14 years down the line, what advice would you give young entrepreneurs or anyone out there? From your leave.
Biggest piece of advice I can give you is invest very carefully in building a dream team. And when I say team, I do not necessarily mean employees. I have a dream team. There are industry experts that I've surrounded myself with that it's taken me years to find and source and collaborate with. But they are people that I rely heavily on that have the expertise that I don't. And I can only afford a portion of their time, but I willingly pay them for it. And they are my dream team. And I'd say that for anybody, surround yourself with that. Get yourself business mentors, do the coaching, invest in yourself as an owner, but build your team. And as I say, it can be external to your business.
That's such great advice. So I think it's literally looking at building an ecosystem that supports you and your business going forward.
That's correct.
And I like what you say, the best you can find out there. And it takes years. I mean,
it can take years. Yeah. There's lots of trial and error in that statement.
There we go. But I mean, no one has got all the answers, right? So it's correct. A dream team. I love that advice. So Claire, I also know that you do show jumping and eventing with your horse. But I think the big thing I quickly want to highlight before we end off is the fact that you've been able to move from an office setup, literally employing a lot of staff and working from home. So of course that's how did that change your life?
It was actually fulfilling a dream to work as flexibly as possible. You see businesses trying to attempt it, but you've really got to go in and you've got to trust the people that you're working with. And you have to build your own delegation skills. And delegation also includes training. Being able to train people to do the jobs they need to, and then enable and to be able to delegate, and then to trust the people you're working with to actually carry out everything. And I think it's working. Certainly, I feel it fits my lifestyle very well, and I have the flexibility to pursue my hobbies and still have a family and still go away and just have the lifestyle that I always dreamed of having as a business owner, while still when you work really hard, but then you play hard too.
But here's the bumper sticker, Christy. I look at Claire and it sounds so fantastic, but it took 14 years to build this lifestyle. It took 14 years of blood, sweat, and a lot of tears, I'm sure. And here you are. So I celebrate your success, Claire. It's amazing. And I want to ask all listeners, jump on site, Gift Experience South Africa. Once you've experienced the easiness with gifting someone with love, and they can go and experience something amazing and have a photograph, it's fantastic. Claire, so how do people get hold of you? Just a little bit. Where are you? How does all of this work?
Well, the easiest place to find us is online.
Of course,
actually. So the website address is dead simple. It's giftexperience.co.za. We're also available on WhatsApp, which happens to be our office line as well. So 021-813-6060. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on LinkedIn. We've got Linktree. We've got every single conceivable online thing. But if you just look for Google Gift Experience, you'll find us at the top.
But here's the important thing. For those of us that is was born BC, before computers and technology. I also know that you gift. You've got beautiful packaging.
That's
so
right.
that's important. Hey, so how do one get this gift experience, this gift delivered? I mean, how does the packaging work?
So we always offer 2 delivery options. So most people will select our e-vouchers, and then we've got our couriered voucher packs, which
Okay,
is a beautiful
so it's couriered,
package.
right?
Couriered, door to door.
Door to door, and at Christie, it's the most amazing thing. It's packaged. It's like opening the surprise. It's amazing.
How to make the intangible tangible.
There we go. I love chatting to you, Claire. Thank you
Lindie.
so much. And you've literally written your own handbook of success. And may I just wish God's blessing on you and years and years of success and changing people's lives. What a wonderful thing.
Thank you very much, Lindie. It's been awesome.
Thanks
Thanks,
for
Christy.
being here. Lindie, en ek sien vir jou weer volgende week.
Ek sien jou weer volgende
Okay,
week.
then.
Net
Bye,
so.